Well, I haven't been in quite a while to do any new videos or anything. So for the brand new year, this will be my first video. I'm posting this in response to HE3304, his Gramaphone. Although I think his is in quite a bit better condition than mine. This one doesn't look too bad, but the cabinet looks older and looks quite a bit older. The internal workings here, I actually had taken those apart, I think probably about 2 years ago almost now, and lubricated those. If you look up under here, you can see on the right side, that's the speed control adjustment, and here on the left, where my finger is, that's the brake. It's just a little lever that has a bit of a leather pad on it. Interesting thing is, some people don't think these are very old, an exception to the Gramaphone motor inside. But this cabinet actually does look quite old, as there are, I don't know where it is, if I can find where it is. I know if you take the turntable off, you can find them. They're almost like a hairpin pressed into the wood to keep the two pieces together, because this is one, two, looks to be 3 or 4 pieces. Pause that one, give it a good crank. Now, if you over crank it, it tends to run a bit fast, but at the end, when the crank is winding down, it's actually about the right speed. Now, this isn't really a good record for it. This is just a cheap, crappy square dance record. This is the same thickness as a 33, so it's not like a thick 7/8, but I don't want to damage a 7/8 with the needle on this. I believe that the needle tends to kind of damage your groove a little bit compared to electric needle, or turntable on electric set, I should say. Needle on electric set. There we go. Go ahead. Get going. Go ahead, I'll give it another crank. See, it's real picky about whether you crank it up enough, or if you don't crank it up enough, or crank it up too much, or it just likes to be a picky thing. Sorry about that. The joint, they put this stupid joint here where my hand is. I'm pushing it back together. Where the horn fits to this arm right here, it's this stupid, god-awful joint that should have been soldered. Was never soldered. And this thing tends to be a pain sometimes, it really does. If you crank it up, those want to fall apart from the vibration. Sorry about being so close to a thing. Should probably get like a macro lens or something would help. Let's go ahead and pull the needle off, give it another go around. Good heavens, that thing sounds so awful. So, there it is then. Apparently, it's supposed to be a knockoff of the Victrola or something. You know, you got your RC Victor logo here, which isn't true at all. It's not the right kind of dog, apparently, from what I hear. But this one's worn, whereas Mr. Rivers is nice and you know, good looking. And the cabinet here looks really worn. It looks, I don't know whether they just dented the thing up on purpose and hatched it to make it look old or what. But if you look here, turn the flashlight, you see how the leg is, whereas that one's square. It looks like that was literally hand filed or something. I have really truly no clue. I tell you, one big warning with these is the gears on them. You definitely, if you're going to take it apart, make sure you unwind the whole thing, because I almost cut my wrist off. Literally cut my hand off at my wrist when I took the thing apart, because the gears are so sharp. And it was still wound up. It was just the turntable was all wound up. There's the music box on it, where the diaphragm is. You hear it unwinding. It'll creak and crack a little. The screw on the back, if you look at that, here, I'll zoom in, looks a little warped. And the bladder's kind of warped. So, well, thanks for watching, and Happy New Year. Hope y'all had a very Merry Christmas. I'll keep posting some new videos then. Thanks.